Alright guys, what is going on? How are you doing, beautiful people? What is up? Welcome back to another YouTube video, another creator chat, creator talk, whatever name you guys want to give this. Now in this video we are speaking of the 3 biggest blocks people have inside of them which inhibit them or do not allow them to become content creators, okay? Now I really don't care if you're a guy, a girl, if you're young, if you're old, you know, what passion, what hobby you have, whatever you want to do to become a content creator, right? And simply put, being a content creator is simply just owning your craft and putting it out on social media and ideally creating a business from that, but just putting your work out there, okay? These are 3 massive blocks and really almost disabilities like I see people have inside them that just for whatever reason don't allow them to do it, okay? So I'm going to explain what these 3 big blocks are and then how to overcome them. Again, guys, I'm going to be relating or explaining my entire process through the years of me doing this, the blocks, and this is why I'm making this, because I can relate to this. Like, these were the blocks I had myself at a point, and I want to help you guys, because trust me, you guys can do this, man. You guys can do this. So let me just shed some light on this, okay? So, simply put, hope you guys enjoy this composition. Really chill. We got Golden Hour, we got Kuro back there, or have Kuro back there. Let's get it going. All right, guys, so simply put, the first main block I see people have not allowing them to become content creators is simply caring about what other people will think, okay? Now, this is first because this is the most prominent. This is the one that is the most widespread. Everyone has this. I dealt with this. I'm sure you watching this have dealt with this or are dealing with this. It is the most common thing, and that's because it's something that you just can't escape. You know, it really doesn't matter how much money you have for this one. It doesn't matter how good looking you are. It doesn't matter how popular you are. This is a demon or a block that no matter what circumstance you're in, no matter how confident you are, it will affect you. What are people going to think of me? Like, I don't want to put my art out there. I don't want to show people I do makeup or I, do this sport or this music, or I'm a YouTuber or I'm a this, or because like people are going to make fun of me. What are they going to think? So that's the first biggest block. Again, this hit me back when I started this whole content creation thing years ago, and I'm going to explain the remedy for this. Right now, I'm going to, full disclosure, guys, there is not, for these 3 main blocks, there are no cures for this, okay? And I'm saying this because these are demons or blocks that will, although you can really silence them, they're always going to be there. Like for me, making these videos now, I'm always going to care a little bit about what people think, and that's just the reality. Like, there's no 100% way to get rid of it, but that's okay, all right? Like, by no means does this affect me to the point where I'm not going to do it, no. But you can get past these, okay? So I want to put that out there. And the first thing, guys, so with that, how do you fix this, okay? How do you silence this block? And first off, guys, I want to share the idea with you that really, number 1, first and foremost, before we speak about the tangible steps you can take, no one gives a shit, okay? Nobody cares. Nobody cares about you. And I say that in the most empowering, lifting, loving ways to you guys. Nobody gives 2 shits about you. Trust me, they don't. No one cares. No one has time in their mind, in their mental capacity to honestly give 2 shits about what you're doing. We just can't, and that's just human nature, okay? Humans kind of are like goldfish, right? We see something, maybe we're walking down the street and we see, as an example, a homeless man, right? We're walking down the street and we see a homeless man. For that split second as we're thinking, we're looking, we're like, oh, wow, he's a homeless man. Maybe I'll donate $1 or 2, or, or I won't, and I'll just look at him, and then as you pass him, it's on to the next thing. You never think about that homeless guy again, and that may sound very blunt, and, well, David, that's so rude. That's just not how your brain's going to function, dude. We need things that are constantly keeping us in the now, that is constantly moving, okay? And as an example, another thing I'll pull up right here. What's something I can think of? Perfect example, I just heard a car rip down, just this massive, okay? Cool, it sounded cool, I looked at the car, but now it's gone. I can't keep thinking about that car, it's gone, I'm on to the next, I'm back to this video. So, coming full circle, relating that, guys, people really do not care about what you're doing. If you want to put yourself out there on YouTube, if you want to start that makeup page, if you want to start that fitness page, no one has the time in their day to, to ruminate about what you're doing. They just don't. Now, I'm not saying people won't notice. Of course people can notice. I noticed the homeless man. I noticed the car whizzing by. But do I really give a shit about it? And I know this sounds very I guess because I used the homeless guy example, I know this sounds, take it with a grain of salt. It didn't. Maybe that was a bad example to use the homeless guy. But with anything, humans do not care. We just don't think about things that long, okay? No one cares about you. People may see me vlogging, or my neighbors may see me recording a video, which they probably have. I'm looking at the windows. They're probably going to look at me record a video, but then literally 15 seconds later, they're back to whatever they were doing, back to cooking food, back to making their bed, back to going to the doctor's office. People just do not have time in their day to continuously think about what you're doing. So use that in an empowering way, okay? So that is the first block, and that is the first mindset shift you need to have yourself, okay? That in and of itself will allow you to just start, just begin. And with that, just start slow, okay? If you want to start a makeup page or a fitness page, start slow. Post a picture of you doing a bicep curl. Post a picture of you putting on bronze or whatever it is. And you'll realize that no one gives a shit. No one cares. And then eventually things begin to grow and grow, and you post more and more and more and realize, people really don't care. And you choose to use that as a positive or a negative. For me, I use that as a positive because you're in full control of your domain, of your life, right? People really don't care about what you're doing. So that's number one. That's the first block. Try it out, and you'll be amazed. You'll be like, oh, David, you were right. No one really does care. So that's awesome. Number two, guys, the second biggest block I see potential content creators make, or they have before, really just going in and really owning their craft. Because, man, I meet some of you guys, and you guys are absolutely beautiful. You guys are so smart. You guys are so good at what you're doing. You have so much potential. Like, you have so much creativity, and it really upsets me that some of you guys just won't do it because of these really fears, and I get it because I was there too. So the second biggest block, guys, is family. All right. And now what I mean by family, guys, is something like this. Maybe you live in an old school family. Maybe you have a family of certain, ethnic descent. And maybe you assume or think, this family is not going to be cool with what I'm doing, okay? Maybe, your family's old school. I mean, simply put, guys, if you're millennials or Generation X or whatever it is, I'm 21, okay? Then your family's going to be born in a different time zone, meaning they're not really going to understand what you're doing. So the fear is, or the block is, my family won't support me, therefore I can't do it. Now, first off, that's pretty much BS. And I'm going to explain why and how to fix this, okay? Your family's actually going to support you, and it's actually going to be the exact opposite. It's actually going to be backwards. And I'm going to tell you why and how this happens. Here's what you're thinking. You're thinking of going in cold turkey, of cutting everything and your family disowning you, having this massive fear. I'm thinking about some of the strictest families in the world. Sorry if you guys hear that plane. It's just BS. It's just not how it works. It's just not, okay? My mother's Asian. I come from an Asian household. And no, your family's going to be cool with it. I'm going to tell you how and why they're going to be cool with it, all right? So, I agree with you. If you cut full turkey and you went in and you just fully quit your job, quit your school, and just became a full-time YouTuber like that, then of course they would be extremely upset. I would be too. If you were my son and you did that, I would probably backhand you. I'd be like, you are an idiot. Why would you do that? But you wouldn't do that. You're smart. And this is why I talk to you guys very honestly. What you are going to do is you're first going to explain to them what you're doing, and you're going to ease into it, okay? And by explaining what you're doing and easing into it, by showing interest and passion, your parents will be on board. They'll be cool with it. It's like you playing a sport, It's as simple as that. Think of it like this. It's a perfect example. And I'm kind of making this up as I go, guys, by the way. I don't script any of this stuff. I'm just letting you know. You playing a sport, I would guarantee you 9.9 out of 10 times if you are in high school, right? You still have your part-time job. You're still in school. I didn't say you dropped anything. And you're like, hey, mom, dad, whatever it is, I'm thinking of joining, the soccer team, the part-time soccer team, or the badminton team. I can almost guarantee you that they would have no problem with that. And if they would, then I really can't help you because believe me, I've had some friends that were the the most strict parents you would ever think. Okay, I've been there. I've seen these guys, and no, you'd be fine. So relate this whole content creation thing in the same manner. Okay, think of it as like playing a sport, trying it for a sport team. Hey, mom, dad, you guys know that I like beauty, or I like working out, going to the gym. I'm thinking of starting this little Instagram social media page. It's just like a Facebook page to them. I'm just going to start posting some stuff of me and maybe giving some tips and tricks. You know what they're going to say? Sick. Okay, cool. And that's exactly what my mom said. That's exactly what parents say. Okay? You like get that out of your mind that your parents aren't going to support you. Like, your parents will support you. Even if you have very destructive, you know, and again, I can't speak for everyone, but your parents are going to support you. That's a BS fear you're telling yourself. Now, again, I'm going to be completely honest. If you were to drop everything, drop your school, drop your job, like that all at once and start becoming a full-time YouTuber with zero experience, then of course they would freak out. But I would freak out too. I would call you an idiot too. Like, there's, like, you know, like, that's just common sense. So becoming a content creator, explain to your parents, tell them what's up, and just say, hey, I'm trying out for this new sport team. Hey, I'm trying out this new Instagram thing. And they'll say, sick. All right, cool. And then down the road, you can decide to ease into it, right? You can decide down the road as it becomes more familiar with them and yourself. That is a key thing. And yourself, you can then begin to shift your focuses. So maybe a little less on your shifts and more on this. I'm not going to tell you what to do. I'm not going to tell you what to drop and what to increase. You decide. But start it slow. Ease into it. And that's kind of the reoccurring theme with all of these blocks. It's just to ease into it, guys. Any single one of you can ease into it. There is no excuse to that, right? What are people going to think of me? If you're into fitness, man, post you doing a bicep curl. And if you can't do that, then I don't think you're cut out to do this. Like, simple, straightforward. If you're into makeup, post yourself with a selfie with your eyelashes on. Like, ease into it. And naturally, slowly, you'll realize, wow, this actually isn't too hard. This isn't too bad. Same thing with family. Ease into it. Tell them, hey, I'm thinking of starting this Instagram page, and I'm going to start posting sick stuff and give tips. Cool. And then things snowball. I mean, it's really that simple. That's exactly how I did with my fitness page. My first business social media I started back at 18. So over 3.5 years ago, okay? And ease into it. And then if things get bigger, they get bigger. Great. But before anything can get massive, before any snowball can roll into a avalanche, it's got to start little small. You know what I mean? It's got to be a little, just like a spark, right? It's a perfect example. Before a forest fire can begin, it's just a little spark. It's just a little, you get it? Same thing. The third thing, guys, the third biggest main block, and again, these are all related, but the third biggest main block I see with, you know, potential content creators or people just before they go in, maybe they've been working on producing music or, again, that makeup page or dude, it really doesn't matter what it is, creating a fitness page. And right before they jump, you know, all these reasons they tell themselves why, okay? And they're all bullshit reasons you're telling yourself. That's why I'm kind of speaking so, like, bluntly, or I'm being so blunt about this, because they're all lies you're telling yourself. And it's like, I'm a little upset because, I don't know, man, I've just seen too many people at this point so talented, and they don't even try to go with it. So if this can help you, great. If it can't, then, like, I'm sorry. Good luck, you know? Like, you're not cut out to do this if you can't ease into it. Like, that's really sad. The third thing, guys, and I'm saying this all out of love to you guys, that's all. The third thing, guys, the third biggest block that I notice with people is money. Same thing, I get it. I completely get it. You know, the irrational fear or thought is, well, if I do this, I'm going to go completely broke, have no money, and I'll be a hobo, possibly, right? Because of whatever you've believed growing up. You're thinking of it the wrong way. Now, again, if you were to quit your full-time job, maybe you have children, maybe you have your own bills to pay, right? And if you were to quit cold turkey your entire full-time job or doctor school, whatever you're doing, well then, yeah, that'd probably be the case. But you wouldn't do that. No one starts or stops cold turkey like that right away. You always, always, always test out the waters before you jump in. Always. That's human nature. You never just jump into something. Now, there may be a certain phase or time in your journey where you do jump, but you've only jumped because you've tested out the waters enough. Even myself, I'm someone who's jumped into things, and I'll be the first person to jump into something. But even with that, it would be masochistic to do something without any prior knowledge or experience on that thing, right? Like, I'm not going to start YouTube if I don't have any understanding of what YouTube is. I need to at least understand what YouTube is before you can start it. I'm ranting. It's the same thing with money. I'm not telling you guys to quit your job. I'm not telling you guys to drop out of school. I'm not telling you guys to change anything. All I'm saying is just start doing this. That will affect zero money. That will affect nothing. All it's going to take is a little bit of time to turn on your iPhone, to turn on your camera, and to start talking. What money does that take? It's your fucking iPhone. Like, you can record videos on this. I'm being dead serious. What money does that take? Nothing. You want a good microphone? Buy a $20 microphone. The lav mic I use is a $25 mic, and it sounds beautiful. Like, there's so many ways you can do this. You're just telling yourself you can't, and this is why I'm getting so upset. You were telling yourself you can't. You're making up all these excuses, saying like, I can't. The money. What do you mean? You already have a fucking phone, dude. There's free editing softwares. There's iMovie on your phone already. Like, look, I get it, dude. I get it. Like, the mind is a crazy, it's a crazy jungle gym, right? It says some really crazy things. But that's the third block, guys, is your idea on money. Just start. Ease into it, okay? I know my energy's a little different in this video, and I'm not sure what it is, but just ease into it. I'm not asking you to buy anything or spend anything. When I first started off making this whole content creation thing nearly 4 years ago, I started with a GoPro Hero 2. I already had it. It was chilling at the bottom of my drawer, and I started recording stuff. I didn't buy something serious till at least, I would say 6 to 8 months in, and that was my first camera, a little digital G7X. So do the same thing. Now I've spent quite a bit on this, now, but that's later. So if you decide to spend more money later, then okay. If you decide to quit your part-time job or take less shifts later, then okay. But you never just start there. You always ease into it. That's with anything. I mean, before you can get to year 4 in university, you first have to get through year 1. Does that make sense? It's the same thing with this. Same thing with content creation. Look at it as school, all right? School can be intimidating. How can I learn all this stuff? This is, year 4 university. Well, you don't start in year 4. You start in year 1, and then you go to year 2, and then year 3, and then year 4. Well, it's the same thing with content creation. You don't just start with the massive camera. You don't just start with the massive following. None of this shit. You ease into it. It was the same thing, okay? So maybe some of you guys will look at me or other content creators and, say, well, David, that's BS. You guys have spent so much money on it, or you're doing all these crazy risky things. I can't do that. Well, don't look at us then. Or if you are, you're completely forgetting to look at our beginning. And this is why I'm telling you guys this. Like, no one starts off there ever. And I'm nowhere close to being massively external yet in any means. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying everyone starts somewhere and we all move with baby steps, okay? And you guys are no different. So I'm being completely objective here, guys. If you want to do this, there literally are no reasons not to. There are no reasons. And, like, I'm really fed up if you think there are. If you think you are, dude, then, like, just go home. Like you don't want it. And if you don't want it, that's fine, because there are millions of other people that do want it, and they will outwork you, period. The reason I'm making this is because I know a lot of you guys want to do this. I see you do it. I talk to you guys. I see maybe you're already kind of posting stuff. You're kind of just run with it, dude. No one's going to give a shit about what you're doing. Your family's going to be completely fine with it. And money, you're not going to spend a dime. All of that stuff, those challenges may come later. Okay? May. I'm saying may. Right? In the beginning, they're not going to be there, though. Life isn't like that. Life's pretty friendly in the beginning. Start using your phone. Start posting little bicep curls or little skits on the piano. Nothing crazy. And just tell your parents, hey, look, I'm just posting little videos of the piano. I'm still doing my tests. I'm still writing my exams. I'm just doing little piano clips. And if you cannot do that, then go home. Then don't even try. Then pack up and just do not ever complain ever again. Do not ever complain to me or anyone ever fucking again. If you can't do those 3 things, you're making the rest of us look bad. And I'm sorry if this video seems super blunt and like kind of mean. Dude, it's just, I don't know. It's just sad. It's just sad. It's just sad, man. So many people are so talented and have so much potential to do stuff. Just no action will be taken because of these 3 blocks. Fear. And I get it. And, so I'm going to finish the video there. We're at 20 minutes. I hope this can help you guys. This was kind of just a forest talk, a creator talk with you guys. Very raw, to the point, step by step. And that's it. So I'm going to finish it there. Again, I appreciate all of you guys. My energy through this was a little weird. I think I drank too much caffeine before and I'm like getting it out. I'm not sure. But I do care about you guys. I respect you guys. I love all of you guys. Guy, girl, I really don't care. And I know so many of you guys can do this. Just, you got to quit being a little bitch sometimes. And I'm sorry. You just have to, man. Your mind is a liar, okay? Your mind is a liar. And you just, what is that quote? Life happens on the other side of fear. I'm not saying I'm perfect at this, but you just got to realize that it's just a lie. All these things you're telling yourself are a lie. And the fastest way to overcome fear, this is an Emerson quote: move in the direction of fear, and the death of fear is certain. Right? So the only way to overcome your fear is to actually do the thing. Right? I believe that's another quote. Do the thing to have the power. Right? So for you to stop caring about what people think, you actually post your stuff on social media. Right? It doesn't happen beforehand. Right? You don't stop caring about, and this, I'm going to finish it here, okay? And this is the reason why I'm saying I gave you these 3 reasons to ease into it and to do it. Action is the only thing that's going to pervade or to dismantle, to quiet fear. Action, that's it. Not the other way around. You will only, anyways, and this is a topic for another day. I'm not even going to talk about this right now. You guys run with it, do it. You guys can. You're a beautiful group, and you have so much potential. Just do it. These are the 3 biggest blocks. They're all BS. Ease into it, make it happen, and you'll be glad you did. And then other challenges will come, but that'll be later. Start off easy in the beginning, and then that comes later, okay? Before you can be a massive deadlifter, you got to start off with just the bar, right? Before you can bench 3 plates, 130-pound dumbbells, you just got to start with little 15-pound dumbbells, okay? All that stuff comes later. So that's it. I can finish it there. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this little composition here. Yeah, much love to all you guys. I'll see you in the next Creator Talk, Creator Chat. Until then, much love. Love you all. Peace.